All right, guys. So today we're going to do some examples. Now, something I want to make a note of in your notes is that let's say, for example, we do an example page, but you didn't add that in your table of contents. Well, don't worry because examples would fall under, for example, rotation examples. So you don't need to have a subsection for that. I just need to see the fact that you have rotations. It's up to you guys if you want to put examples in your notes. If you don't, I understand. Just do them somewhere else then. But you definitely need the practice. Sometimes it also helps to have examples you can refer to that might be very common and show up. You'll see this happen a lot when you're in college. So I took some pictures of some questions from the board. You'll see my phone off to the side here of that we did in class. So we're going to use these and put them into our lovely notes, okay? So let me just prop up my phone because I have a little kickstand for it. It'll make my life a little easier. Fantastic. Okay, let's get started. So I'm just going to section this off as rotation examples. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. Okay. So for the first one, I'm going to do a setup here. So let's see. My maximum sized point was at 7. So we'll need to space this out accordingly. It looks like it was on the other two quadrants. So I'm not too concerned about having space on the left. I'm more concerned about having space on the right. So let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoops, I'm going a little off. 13, 14, 15. There we go. Okay, and then the max point was 8. So, 5. So we'll go 1. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. Okay. So, okay, that was weird. Sorry, my headset turned off randomly, and I was afraid you guys weren't hearing me. Hang on, I'm just making sure that it is picking me up. And I just checked it. All right, we're good. Just wanted to make sure. So, let's go ahead and continue here. Sorry. So, there we go. And the far this x value is, again, 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll work just fine. Okay, I'm probably bleeding a little bit on my pages. This is some thick paper, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. There's y. There's x. We're good to go. So let's say I had a shape, again, use this trademark light blue for this, that started at 6, 5. So 6, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then it rotated up to, I might have messed up on my graph a little bit. Oops. Okay, so we're going to change this point actually. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do it at 5, 5. So we're going to go right here. That's a no good point. I'm just going to put a little X over that in black. There we go. So just ignore that. Okay, so I messed up, which stinks. Okay, so we're going to do it at 5, 5. So we're going to go to 5, 5. We're going to go to 4, negative 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then negative 3, 3. So, or 3, negative 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And we're just going to connect our lines, label up our points. So that's A, B, and C. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to, so our pre-image B, and C. Okay, A is going to be 4. Sorry, did I mess up on the A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I royally messed up because I won't have enough space upstairs. Well, it'll be a little off the graph. Oh well. So A is 6, 4. B is 4, -7. And C is 3, -3. Okay? And let's say I want to get the image. Okay? And my image is going to be A prime is 5, 6. B prime is 7, 4. And C prime is 3, 3. Okay? So there we go. So far, so good. And now we're going to go ahead and plot those points. So we got A is at 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, my bad, not 5, 6. 5, 4. I changed that. Or is it 6, 4? I don't know anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I made it 6, 6, 4. I'm just going to rewrite that. Sorry. Or is it 4, 6? I'm making all kinds of mistakes today. I am not in the zone, so to speak. Where's my whiteout? Now my whiteout's all messed up and gunked. Hold on. Okay. So let me just redo that entire line. Okay. So A prime is going to flip around, and it's going to be the, let's see, if we're doing this, and the rule for this is going to be 90 degrees, which means if we look back at our notes, it means the front number is going to become positive. So it's 4, 6. There we go. So we're going to go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm a little off the graph. I apologize. Luckily, we got grids, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so there's A prime. Okay, so far, so good. All right, next up we have B prime 7, 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be over here. Okay, and then C is just going to be 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait, did I spell that right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right here. Oi. All right. Whew. Sorry for all the mistakes. C prime. Okay, so we're going to attach those. I have to move my notebook a little bit. I'm sorry. Here we go. There we go. And finally, there we go. Okay. So there is our new beautiful triangle. Okay. And of course, our rule, which I'll write this in purple, the rule for this guy was rotate 90 degrees. And for now, I will specify, but I wanted you guys to do that counterclockwise. Okay, so that's how we did that. We rotated 9 degrees counterclockwise. So our rule for that was going to be that xy becomes -y x. And I want you guys to write the rules down every time you do one. This will help you remember it. Every time you do a problem, write your formula or your rule or your steps, whatever you need, write it first because it's going to help you remember it. If you don't remember it, break out your notes. It's about applying knowledge. It's more about applying knowledge as an effective way of studying, because then if you apply it enough, eventually it becomes second nature. Okay, that's how you study. It takes practice, practice, practice. Okay, for all those musicians in my classes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? What's the phrase saying? It's perfect practice makes perfect. Well, I guess in I think it's in the Marines, something like that, or Marine marching band, they say perfect practice makes perfect. Yeah. So perfect practice makes perfect. So if you get this down perfectly, you're going to do it perfectly. All right. Now, let's take a look at that also again, those rotations. So let me grab the dark green. And if we connect these points again, let's just take a look at the C points because they're the easiest ones to visualize. Again, we get that sweet, okay, right angle. Okay, and that, of course, is 90 degrees, which checks out, and we're good to go. There's a thumbs up. Had to go sideways to fit on the camera. Okay, so let's do another example. I'm going to do at least 3. So number 2. Let's do our second example here. All right, so our second example, we have... I don't do that one yet. I want to do... Let's take a look at a quadrilateral. So basically a square, right? Let's take a look at a square, and because this is an important discussion that we have, especially given the fact of how squares operate, how they come out of the woodwork, and all that jazz. So I'm going to graph myself up a square. Okay. Now I made this one kind of big. I should have made it that big. I messed up. Okay, so I'll probably have to do my last example in this corner to get it to fit. Maybe I can fit it here. We'll see. Okay, so if we take a look at a square, right? Let's say that I have a square with the starting values again, where my pre-image is A, B, and C, where A is -5, 5, B is -2, 5, C is -5, 2, and I forgot D, which is going to be -2, 2. So over 2, up 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So we got ourselves a square. Woohoo! Yay, quadrilaterals. Okay. We connect all these dots together. There we go. So we got ourselves a square. We have A, B, C, and D. Okay. So we want to get an image out of this guy, right? What is going to be our image? Well, let's figure that out. A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. Okay. For that, we need to address the rule. And the rule for this guy we're going to use is, I think, 270 degrees. This is what we used in class. Okay. And that means we're going to 270 degrees. We're going to rotate counterclockwise as usual. Kind of went out of order there than my previous one where I said rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, 270 degrees rotate counterclockwise. But you know it's the same thing. And of course, that's xy is going to become y negative x, right? Nothing you don't know so far. Okay, so now if we use that, that means we're going to be flipping the values around, making the back number negative. So our resulting values should be 5, 5, 5, 2, 2, 5, and 2, 2. Okay, so everything changes, it becomes positive, which makes sense because if we rotate this side 270 degrees, we're going to end up in the first quadrant. Values of the first quadrant are always positive, positive, right? So, and then I'll show you guys a nice little trick that you can use at the very end here on our last example. So if we go ahead and graph this, right? So we're going to have D is at 2, 2, over 2, up 2. C is at 2, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's up here. A is at 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to be up here. 1, 2, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And B is going right here. Notice the points. This is not a reflection, guys. Okay, I want to make myself clear. Yes, it looks like a reflection. Yes, it's over a mirror axis, all that jazz. We'll talk about that in the next section. But keep in mind, all right, that the points aren't in their mirrored location, barring D. Everything else, C is up here, D prime's down here, B prime's over here, and A prime is over here. Rotation keeps the same orientation, right? Or change the orientation, sorry, but it keeps the same points in their same spots, regardless of how you reflect it. When you reflect it, you're picking it up and flipping it over, like a hamburger. If you rotate a hamburger around, well, the size of the hamburger now are in different spots, but it's the same orientation. So don't mix up orientation with change in position. The change in positions are going to happen through reflections. Rotation's a different story, okay? So again, just don't mix those two up. I do honestly all the time. Eventually, with enough practice, you won't. So then if we just connect all our points together. All right, and because I want to keep this video under at least 20 minutes, because I know some of you guys will not watch a 20-minute video on notes and stuff, or at least examples, I'm going to jump into the last one head first, and I'm not going to give any pretext for it. So this next one is a little trickier because we're now increasing the sides from what originally was 4 sides, now we're going to do 6 sides. We're going to do a hexagon. Don't worry, hexagons aren't that hard, okay? Okay. So let's see. I need to see how many dots I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go one more up. Okay. So Y, X. All right, so our pre-image for this guy A, B, C, D, E, and F. We need 6 points. So for A, it's -4, 8. For B, it's -2, 8. For C, it's -1, 6. D is -2, 4. E is 4, 4. and f is negative 5, 6. Okay? So, and like I said, I'm kind of speed running this one. So here's my image. Okay? And I am going to rotate, and my rule is rotate 180 degrees counterclockwise. Okay? And that means that xy is going to become negative x, negative y, which means it's going to end up in this quadrant if it's going to be over here, which you can tell you it's going to be over here because all of our x values, including a, which I forgot, are negative. Okay? So, if we go ahead and plot this guy out, e is 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or negative 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. F is going to be negative 5, negative 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, whoops, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay. D is 2, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. C is negative 1, 6 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, B is over 2 up 8, so that was 8, 7, 6. And this one's right here. So here is our lovely hexagon. Okay, let's get all these points connected and we'll label them up. Okay, so that means A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime, F prime. Okay, A is going to be 4, negative 8. B is going to be 2, negative 8. C is going to be 1, negative 6. D is going to be 2, negative 4. And 4 is going to be, E is going to be 4, negative 4. And 5, F is going to be 5, negative 6. Okay. Sorry, this video did go over a little bit than I wanted to, but again, I wanted to give you guys a varying of 3 different problems with 3 different difficulties, so that way you'd have plenty to use as a baseline for practice. Again, if you're in my regular class, not my non-honors, you probably won't see something like this, but if you're in honors, definitely expect something like this. Okay, that includes trapezoids, hexagons, anything is fair game with you guys. Okay. So from here, let's go ahead and plot this guy out. So over 2, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Over 4, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then F is over 5, down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, I did that one backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. There we go. And then we go here, here, and then, of course, here. And there is our final hexagon. So at this point in the video, you can pretty much assume what's going on here. We're just going to connect these guys together. There we go. D prime, E prime, F prime, A prime, B prime, and C prime. So again, if you were to connect to these points, like I said before, if you were to connect R here at 0, 0, and connect it to D and connect this D to here, you'll see that those lines are both congruent, meaning they are the same. Thus, the angle from here to here is 180 degrees. And you could do the same thing with every other point on here. You could do it with E's, you could do it with C's, F's, and you'll see that they all cross perfectly through there and create a nice little web that you can rotate around with. So hopefully that helped, guys. Those examples I know were long, but if you need the extra help, here you go. Next video will be on our lovely reflections. So I hope to see you there.